I'm Tracy from TracyKMDesigns. To be honest, I kind of forgot about this YouTube channel. I still have my blog. I don't do custom orders anymore, so I don't really look after my Facebook page either. But this YouTube channel came as a surprise one night. We have a smart TV, and every time my husband goes to watch YouTube, it comes up with 3 options. My account, my personal account, TracyKMDesigns, and a second TracyKMDesigns. And we couldn't figure out why. We were trying to get him his own page. So I looked into it one night as a way of procrastinating, of course. And it turns out that I have two TracyKMDesigns YouTube channels. Who knew? One had no subscribers and 1 video. One has, this one, 122 subscribers and quite a few videos. And I was looking at the videos, and one of them, unfolding the baby surprise jacket, had 14,000 views. Oh my gosh. There were comments from 8 years ago. I never saw them. I don't know where the notifications went. YouTube's changed so much in that time. It's crazy. So I thought, oh, maybe I can get back to vlogging or YouTubing or something. Used to be every time I went to make a video, programs changed so frequently, the computer might not work, it was cold in the basement where the computer is, I couldn't find the files, nothing ever seemed to work well. But in the last few years, there have been quite a few changes in phones and video editing technology, even simple programs for people like me, and I've been doing a lot of other digital work online as well, so I feel a bit more comfortable. Now this talking into a camera, oh, I don't know. That'll take some getting used to. I'm just going to try to imagine that one of my classes, I'm a music teacher, is on the other side, and just like they don't respond to me sometimes, no one's responding to me right now, right? Okay. Set the coffee aside. I've got 3 works in progress right now. Thought I'd share. Since I don't really do in-progress videos on my blog anymore, it's mainly because I just don't have a lot of time, so I only post the finished objects unless there's something really interesting, such as the Vera dress by Sinclair that I recently posted. The dress was fine. It was the fabric that I had been sent. Wasn't really as advertised. Interesting post. You should go see it. So the first thing I have, yes, it is a rib tube, 8mm needles, 2 strands of a yarn by Cascade called Pinwheel, I believe, from my stash. This is the Simple Knit Rib Beanie by Kelsey at Passion Knits. She has a free YouTube tutorial for it. She casts on 56 stitches using long tail cast on. I cast on now 60 stitches, and I use an alternate rib cast on. Not sure, you can kind of see that. The alternate rib cast on gives a really nice finish to the ribbing. It blends in better with the ribbing, and it's still quite stretchy. I learned it from a book from my library years and years ago. I then was able to find that book at a thrift store, so that's great. I'll show that in another video, I think, because it's a really great cast on to know. Not everyone knows it. I also changed the top a little bit. I haven't gotten to that yet, but she does, I think, just 2 rows of decreases and then binds it off. I've done a couple more rows of decreases to bring it in so it's not quite a bulk at the top. So that's one thing I'm working on. And I did 1 strand from the inner, 1 strand from the outer. I was afraid it would just blend too much together, but there is some shading happening. All right, this one. I was looking for a challenge. And I was thinking I hadn't knit socks in a long time. And my daughter Lucy's been dating a boy who works for a conservation authority, and he works outside, and apparently he was complaining his feet were cold because his boots weren't very good. So I was like, he needs some wool socks. Something nice and simple that I can carry with me. Of course, this was about a week before Christmas. We did wrap them up at the time and give them to him at Christmas, which is I think what I did with the first knitted item that I made for his birthday a few years ago too. I've done that a lot of times, wrapped up a knitted item that's not finished. It's okay. So this is a yarn that I bought at the Kitchener-Waterloo Knitters fair many years ago. I believe details are on my blog, or will be. The last time I went to the Knitters Fair was 2008. So yeah, it's been a while. Chose to do the heel flap and turn in gray, and I'll also do the toe in gray so that if he gets a hole, being the hardworking young man that he is, it'll be easier to repair. I actually used ChatGPT this time to calculate the stitches for me. I couldn't quite remember exactly the formula for the heel flap. I knew how to do it, but not the formula. Oh, my fan just shut off. I hope it wasn't too noisy. So I used ChatGPT. I actually made a swatch. Yeah. And it gave me the numbers to use. And hopefully they fit them really well. I was just finding I was spending too much time on Ravelry looking at these patterns that didn't quite have the right gauge or the right size or the right pattern. And I was just like, I don't feel like doing the math. There's this great new thing called AI. It does seem to be working out. I'm almost at the toe. We don't have an official foot measurement from him, so I will either borrow my husband's foot or use ChatGPT again to figure out the foot length. Hopefully those should be done soon. However, he recently injured his hand pretty severely, and he is no longer doing the outside job that he was doing. So, you know, life happens to young people. The other interesting thing that I have is, if you follow my blog, I make a lot of scarves for the World AIDS Day Scarf Project. Our public library collects scarves 5 feet long by 6 inches wide. And in November, for World AIDS Day, they put them out throughout the downtown area where you passerbys can collect one if they need a scarf. It's an awareness program. And of course, the scarves are red, as the AIDS ribbon was red. And my red stash is actually getting low. I bought some, I think it was last summer, 6 balls of Bernat Super Value or something off a marketplace. And I had some red Astra and just little bits here and there of red. But it was getting low, so I was thrifting last Friday, looking for camp gear stuff. And I couldn't find any red yarn, so I looked at the red sweaters, and there wasn't a lot. But I found this one, and it's kind of slightly textured. I didn't realize how much until I wound it up. Slightly fuzzy sweater. This is the sleeve. Woot. And I got set to unwinding it. I chose this one because you can't really tell now because I took it apart. But when you look at a sweater in the store, look at the inside of the seams. And if you can see that they haven't been stitched over, overlocked like a t-shirt that you buy commercially, they've been hand sewn, so you can actually see like the knit column on either side, then it will probably come apart pretty well. So yeah, the sweater came apart in pieces really well, but when I went to wind it on my yarn winder, whole another video there coming soon, the yarn a couple times kept breaking. I don't know if I was just pulling too hard on it, because it does kind of stick with this texture that it has. But a couple of the pieces were knitted from 2 balls of yarn, 1 row in each ball. Now, the label for this had been cut out, but I don't assume it was hand knit. I assumed it was a commercially knit sweater. It looked like it. But to find that every other row, like I would unravel 1 row from 1 ball, then unravel the next row from the other ball. I don't know why a commercially knit garment would do that. It's really odd. We do that as hand knitters sometimes if we're trying to blend dye lots or hand dyed yarns. But why is a commercial knit item? So anyway, I have a whole stack of this. This is the last piece, and it was time to make dinner. And then I was thinking I could just knit straight from this piece. I don't need to wind it up, do I? Well, those are 3 of the pieces that I have on the go right now. Be interesting to see how this video turns out. If anyone even watches it, drop a comment. Let me know where you're from. I would love it if you would subscribe. Maybe I'll build this channel. We have also just started one for our new adventures. We bought an RV. If you know me personally, you know we are not very conventional people here. It's RV in the loosest sense of RV. But we started a new channel called The Family Toys. No videos yet, but we're going to get to that just to go along with our Instagram channel. And I keep up with my TracyKM.blogspot.com or something like that. TracyKM blog. I'll link it. And my other one, the other TracyKMblog.blogspot.com. I also have a blog for my music resources. If you're a music teacher and need some help with that, that's an easy one. staymusical.ca. Paying for that one. But I'm spread kind of thin, so they don't get updated as much as they could. Anyway, it was nice to talk with you if you're watching, and I hope to see you again soon. Enjoy your day.